Makoto. Listen. However...
You called for me, and so I... Oh, I'm on fire! Yes! My beautiful scissors! Well now. Thrills, chills, kill!
That's fine.
How strange. Unbelievable. Today, I'm
Stop talking.
You guys.
In the name of my faith.
Hey. However... So...
Yoo-hoo! Thrills, chill!
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen up. If you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win. But if you can't, then And of course, waiting for the loser is the super exciting, super heart-pounding...
Are you saying that if you lose, you'll act?
Yep.
And that's final? No loopholes? No wiggling out of it later?
Of course not. Bears never go back on their word.
Never mind all that. I just have one question for you.
Oh, you're taking this
Is the mastermind? Don't bother. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? I'm right, aren't I? You guys have all been working together, haven't you? I have evidence, so I know I'm right.
Hey, you stole my line. You're all out to get me. I'm sure of... I have evidence of my own.
What a coincidence. I too have evidence to present. Evidence that proves everyone other than me has been working together.
What? Wait, hold on. This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us
Each have that kind of evidence.
No, that's wrong. It's not just you three.
What?
The evidence you're all referring to...
Well, huh? With the picture you have, I'm in it. But that can't be right. See? I'm the only one not in it.
Hero, you have a picture...
Okay, but...
So the secret in these...
Secret or whatever, I don't care!
But you're in my pic. You're the ones trying to...
So the whole purpose behind the mastermind laid a trap.
Huh? A trap? How rude! What grounds do you have for such audacious accusations?
Shoot! I got it! In each case, the only one not in the picture is the person who received it. So, in the picture I got, in the picture Hina got, and in the picture Hiro got, he's the...
As long as we're talking about it, I suppose I should show you my photo as well.
In other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw our picture, we just assumed everyone else was the...
Yeah, I thought that must be it.
Listen, can I see everyone's group photo one more time? It's not directly connected to what we're talking about, but I'd like to double check something.
Sure, no problem.
Yeah, I don't mind.
Can you just forget about the photo already? Ugh. Trying to trick me with such an obvious...
And on top of that, they went to all that trouble to make it look like we were wearing matching uniforms.
So you think they're fake? No, no, no. They're...
What are you talking about?
Yeah! I don't remember, so it's gotta be a fake!
But you know, can we...
Huh?
Don't get me wrong. I don't remember taking... Is that really enough to be...
What do you...
I refuse to give up yet! Now I understand. Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it.
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah, we...
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi fantasy?
I promise you, I haven't lost my memory. Ever since I got to this school, I remember everything that's happened.
No, that's wrong. Those photos aren't the only things that point to the possibility of memory loss. This DVD does the same thing.
You're not gonna show us something indecent, are you?
No, it's nothing like that. It's a video of all of us.
When you say,
I mean all of us.
you lie!
No, it's not a lie. The headmaster did, in fact.
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would remember.
It's not about whether or not you expect me to believe all this.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so we have no choice but to accept it as reality.
How can you say that? We're talking about living, breathing amnesia here!
To be honest, I have something...
Something else?
You said the DVD contains recordings of us being interviewed. What were the interviews of...
The headmaster sat each of us down, one at a time. He asked us if we could accept the idea of spending the rest of our lives.
What kind of question is that?
And?
We'd say no,
Actually, we all said we could. Even me. I heard myself say yes. I could spend the rest of my life at this.
Why? Why would you...
I don't know. I don't remember a thing.
The same goes for everyone. You don't remember choosing to live here forever. Or even...
It doesn't matter if I remember or not. Even if I bought the whole amnesia thing, the idea... That's just insane!
Insane or not, we can't move forward until you accept it.
You sure are, 'cause it's all true.
What?
I know it sounds absurd, but if it's the truth, there's nothing we can do about it.
Indeed. We only have one path in front of us.
Then we really...
Yep, you all totally lost your memory at the same time.
This is all... making my head hurt.
And this isn't like some normal kind of memory loss. You stole those specific memories.
Oopsie. You think...
Of course. There's no way...
How? Come. If I said it was hypnotism, would you believe me? Or would you really believe anything I said? How it happened?
What matters is figuring out what memories you took from us. The interview with the headmaster, taking that group, there must have been a purpose to it all. A reason for taking away...
Of course there was a purpose.
You mean the motive you came up with to try and get us to all...
That has something to do with the memory?
But that part still... Anyway, I'm sure it's not easy, but let's all...
Okay, so you want us to figure out who killed her before we do anything...
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind everything. That much I'm sure of.
But when you think about it, is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course! They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What does make me so sure?
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. There's no way the mastermind is here. The mastermind is probably a million miles away. Because masterminds always lurk off in the
Background, right?
So who did it? Who killed her?
Whoever did it is that much I...
But when you... Is the mastermind...
Of course, they have to be...
What makes you so
Exactly. You're just making stuff up. The mastermind is probably a million miles...
No, that's wrong. There's no question that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that... The mastermind must have been using that to control, so there can't be any doubt.
There can't be any... In which case, there also can be no doubt that the mastermind is one of us.
What? What?
Recall what Makoto told us Monokuma said to him earlier. So if the mastermind is in the school, we have to assume it can...
How'd they manage to survive?
So we're the only ones here? It's not me! I'm not the mastermind!
Well, it's not me!
I blame Makoto!
What? Why me?
'Cause it's super weird how you're the only...
Oh, I get it! The only way he could...
Aw, nuts! You got me!
Wait!
Everyone, calm down. The mastermind's true identity will become clear.
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering,
Yeah, well, how much...
He's right.
If you want something to talk about, we haven't fully established what Mukuro's fatal injury was.
Huh? But
No, that isn't wouldn't you agree?
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body. That's what really killed her.
Hey, now hold on a second. You did read the Monokuma file, right? It made it pretty clear. Those wounds were made at least a few days ago. So they can't possibly be what killed her.
Consider this. What if the murder itself took place at least a few days ago?
What?
What if, when we discovered her body, she'd already been dead for several days? If that's true, then naturally the wounds that killed her would appear to be however many days old.
That doesn't make any sense. Because she had all those wounds before she ever came here.
huh? How...
Isn't it obvious? She was the ultimate soldier, right? So that means...
You're wrong.
She denied me. Before I could even say anything. Come on. I mean, you think I'm not weird, okay? At least listen to what I have to say before you deny me. Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100 different battles. So, when you think about it, obviously, she got all those wounds in battle.
No, that's wrong. No, Mukuro didn't. The file we found in the headmaster's room said as much. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle as a member of Fenrir, when she entered this school, she hadn't sustained a single injury.
To be denied so completely.
Anyway, so we can be sure that in which case, they could be the very...
As a matter of fact, when examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestion, the wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately...
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were attacked in your room by a masked assailant. If Mukuro had already been dead for several days, certainly it couldn't have been her. So who was it that attacked you?
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true mastermind. When we discovered Mukuro in the garden wearing the same... I naturally assumed she must have been the one who attacked, but I was wrong. It wasn't her at all.
What are you? Oh, don't mind me. I'm just getting old. Let's start off with a nice, easy question. Your assumption that I attacked Makoto is just that, right? An assumption. You can't really know who was under that mask, can you? I mean, that's the whole point of a mask. The true identity of the masked attacker is Mukuro Ikusaba. At least, that's what... Do you have any evidence that might convince me otherwise? You never saw their face, right? So you can't have any idea who was under. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro Ikusaba!
You're wrong. Even with that, there's another part of the attacker we can use to prove...
Oh? And what is it, the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot? Or perhaps the left foot? Or could it be the hips?
You never saw that, so you can't have... I'm telling you now. You're wrong. There's another part of the...
Oh? Is it the right... hand? Or the left hand? Maybe the right foot?
Or perhaps... Or could it be the hips? You never saw their...
So you can't have any idea who was under that mask. I'm telling you
Now, it was...
No, that's wrong. Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. In other words, a wolf tattoo. But I saw the right hand of the person who attacked me. And there was no such tattoo. So there's no way the...
Yeah, well, okay. You got... But that still doesn't... It could have been...
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I all have solid alibis.
Yeah! We were in the gym tearing you apart, so it couldn't have been any of us.
Oh, okay, sure. It couldn't have been any of you. But what about Kyoko? It totally could have been her. Uh-oh, no.
If you insist.
Huh?
What do you think? I'll show you the one thing...
Your hands!
Awful, isn't it? It happened when I was first learning to be a detective. I was inexperienced.
I thought you didn't want anyone...
If it means we get another step closer to... My scars should... Makoto, did the person who attacked you have scars?
No, not at all.
Then this much has been made. There can be no doubt that the one who attacked Makoto is the true...
It's on top of my secret being revealed. I had to look at those positively grotesque scars of yours. Sorry. Did I say that out loud? I do hope I did.
Not at all. You can say whatever you...
Sure, as long as it means pushing me farther into the corner, right? But I'm not, because if you haven't noticed, the circumstances surrounding Mukuro's death are totally unknown.
That's true. All we know right now is she was killed a good while before this morning.
On the contrary, we don't know anything other than that.
You're not going to tell us she was already dead before we arrived here or something, are you?
In that regard, I promise you, without a doubt.
Then somehow she was killed in...
And after she died, who knows how much time went by before we found her? Did the culprit stash her somewhere? She couldn't...
If she was, she would have been totally decomposed. Just like your brain.
Then she was being...
But
I got it! Mukuro's body was
Biolab?
That's right. It's actually set so it's the perfect place to hide a body. And it'd keep the body preserved.
Then you're also saying the body was moved from the biolab to the...
And I have no doubt that that's exactly... I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried... The tarp that we found in... When I was checking it over again, I noticed that some text had been stamped on one...
oh, it said...
Holy
Makoto's nitpicky nature seems to have surfaced with perfect time.
This proves that the tarp originally came from the biolab. In fact, there's a whole stack of tarps just like it in there.
So when the killer moved the body to the garden, they must have grabbed a tarp to wrap it in. Then they simply left it as it was to protect against the sprinklers, and put the coat on it afterwards.
Wow, you made everything sound so amazingly consistent.
That's just a wild guess! Where's your evidence? Prove that the body was wrapped in a tarp and moved!
There is no evidence. I was simply explaining what I think happened. But you seem to be getting pretty worked
Worked up?
Now that the conversation has turned to the topic because the key to uncovering your secret identity is hidden within that room, is...
You talking about unmasking the mastermind?
You see, the biolab contained an inconsistency. One so major it can't...
La la la, I can...
Such a child. Oh well, just ignore him.
Hey, by the way, Makoto,
What? What?
your family. Don't tell me you forgot about that video message. So what do you think? Are you
Why are you...
your mom, your dad, your little sister? What do you... Are they really as safe as you might have assumed?
Stop talking!
Calm down, Makoto. He wants you to get upset.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! 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 What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening!
This should prove it. The inconsistency Kyoko's...
What are you talking about? What about the lights?
Like I said before, the biolab also acts as a morgue. And as part of that, a giant refrigerator was installed in there. That's where everyone who's died is stored.
And it was set up so that when a slot had a body in it, a blue light would turn on.
In other words, if the blue light is on, that be in that slot.
But I counted up the number of blue lights that were on, including the one Mukuro was in. And there were only 9.
Why does that matter? You got...
Shoot! Shoot! I refuse to give up yet! The inconsistency Kyoko's talking about is the luck. And as part of that, I got it! 10 of the lights should have been on. Any other number is in.
That's simple. Just
So 10 people in all?
That's right. Any other number should make you immediately suspicious. But according to the lights in the biolab, only 9 people were being.
You're saying a dead body just up and disappeared?
I got it! The mastermind destroyed one of the bodies to get rid of evidence.
But if they wanted to do that, they would have. And yet,
Then,
it may very well be.
but if that's true,
Including Monokuma's executions, there have apparently been 10 deaths, but there were only 9 bodies. That's the point I'm trying to make.
I'm completely lost. How can the number of victims be less than the number of murders?
shoot! Shoot! I got it! What about if the same person was killed twice? Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered, and then murdered again.
Murdered and...
If that's the case, there could have been.
Technically, you're
Could easily have happened. No,
Sounds like you're already convinced.
it was Mukuro, of course. Before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba, she was killed as.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on. Besides, who could that someone else?
All you have to do is look at those bodily injuries of hers, and that will become obvious.
Nothing's gonna become obvious. Because Kyoko's totem. Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono? Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki? Mondo Owada?
Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or
Maybe Sakura Ogami? No.
There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Who is this someone else that Mukuro? Was it Sayaka Junko Enoshima? Leon Kuwata? Chihiro Fujisaki,
Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi,
Celestia
Lu, or maybe... No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else?
Was it Sayaka, Maizono, Junko, Enoshima, Leon Kuwata,
Chihiro, Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi,
Celestia,
or maybe... No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice!
Who is this
Someone else.
Was it Sayaka, Maizono, Junko, Enoshima?
Shoot!
Who is this someone?
Was it Sayaka, Maizono, Junko, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo Owada, Kiyotaka Ishimaru, Hifumi Yamada, Celestia Lu, whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way. Hey, anyone was murdered twice. Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed as? Was it Sayaka Maizono, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo Owada, Kiyotaka Ishimaru,
Hifumi Yamada,
Celestia Lu, whatever? Or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this someone else that Mukuro was killed at?
Was it Sayaka, Junko,
Leon, Chihiro Fujisaki?
Shoot!
Who is this someone else that was it Sayaka Maizono, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo Owa,
Kiyotaka Hifumi,
Celestia Lu, or maybe Sakura Ogami? No. There's no way anyone was murdered twice!
No, that's wrong. Junko. Wasn't her fatal...
What do you mean?
Well, remember what happened to her? She was impaled by a bunch of spears, all over her body.
And Mukuro died with a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have this straight. Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with... Then her body was kept in the bio... Only this time, it was presented as the...
It all matches up, right?
It's really true? Wait,
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, which also means that among the people we thought were dead, one is still alive.
And that's the true identity of the master?
who is it?
We already know the answer to that. She took Junko's body and made it look like she was... So Mukuro is... Total silence. The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
Then she's still alive?
That's right. She made it look like Junko's body was... So the mastermind's true identity is... Mukuro!
What do you say, Monokuma? Do you...
The body we found in the garden. It wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong. No, the body we found in the garden was Mukuro. That's one thing we can be sure of. The body's appearance and measurements are consistent with her right key.
She was 5 foot 6 inches. Everything in her profile.
And then there's the matter of the Fenrir.
But...
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive.
Are you sure?
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get impaled. If Junko were still alive, the death we saw would had to have been some kind of charade. But you yourself confirmed she was...
She was dead.
So...
It must be...
Then you're with...
I know you gave it...
This case hasn't been decided.
Oh?
You haven't given up already, have you, Makoto?
No! Of course...
That's all well and good, but how do you intend to solve the... Junko absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead, right?
I think we need to look at this from... Huh? Let's assume Junko is still alive.
I understand. That's it. What if she switched places with someone else?
Switch?
That's right. Before the spears could kill her, she got some specifically
Then that would make it Mukuro.
which is why the body's height and weight.
I don't know anything about That had to be Junko who got stabbed.
Yeah, you're saying they switched? When could they even have done that? Right when she was about to.
Good point. So maybe the whole.
I got it! The two of them may have switched places from what? Yes, from the moment we first met. If that's when they switched, then they wouldn't have had to switch at the moment of death, right? After all, the one we saw at that...
Hold on. So... it's actually Mukuro all along?
Then I had like a
When we first met... So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko, and we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the two of them...
Wait, but Junko never had any.
She could have hidden it with foundation. If she did, it likely melted away in the explosion, exposing the tattoo after the body was extinguished. Plus, there were the fake nails. They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time.
But if she really did use foundation.
Correct. Even if there was no tattoo on her hand, I couldn't say for certain it wasn't Mukuro. So I'm glad nobody noticed that glaring hole when we were trying to figure out who attacked Makoto. But too bad for you, Monokuma.
Wait, so...
If that's true, it was quite an elaborate plan.
The reason such an elaborate plan was
So Mukuro, the ultimate... In other words, it would be fair to say that Junko...
What's wrong?
I think he's just
Afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien.
Then why haven't you been sent?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense.
Then why did you try and protect Junko's real identity?
I tried to protect. When did I do that?
Shoot! 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 I refuse to give up yet! The two of them?
What?
Shoot! 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 I refuse to give up yet! The two of them? Shoot! I got it! While I was in the AV room, watching the DVD of our interviews with the headmaster. You made sure I couldn't finish is because you didn't want me to see.
Oh, yeah! If every...
And if Makoto saw the real, it would have been totally obvious that the Junko we met was an imposter.
That whole power outage thing was just a fluke! What do you want? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! What do you want? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! I'm not listening! What are you even talking about? That's impossible!
This should prove it. The video wasn't the only thing you tried to cover up. You did the same thing with this group photo. I noticed it just a little while ago. When we were in all the photos, there's a
What's so...
I got it! Junko's face. The one thing common to every... It's hard to believe her face would just happen to be hidden in every single picture, don't you think? And on top of that, In this photo, you can see that Mukuro is clearly... So in other words, at that point, with all that in mind, there's no doubt that the girl whose face is hidden here is the real Junko. Which is why you had to have pictures that didn't show her face. Because if we could have seen her face, then it would have clearly revealed that the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything Makoto said is true. Junko and Mukuro switched.
So she killed Mukuro, who had taken her place, making it look like she'd died. And is still...
And she's the one behind this whole... She's the true master... Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity...
No! Wait! Hold on! Don't bother trying to... There's no more room for debate. You don't have anywhere left to run. I'll prove everything. Right now! The killer is you! We met the ultimate fashionista, Junko Enoshima, but that wasn't the real The girl we saw before us was actually that girl's name. But it wasn't long before she died. Junko. Her body was kept in until Junko dragged the body out of the biolab. She fabricated the murder to try and... Meanwhile, I refuse to give up yet! The killer is you! We met the ultimate but the girl we saw before us was actually the 16th student who had taken Junko's, and that girl's name... But it wasn't long before she died at the hands of Monokuma. In other words, the mastermind? Junko Enoshima. Her body was kept in the biolab until Junko decided to put her body to use. Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the tarp to carry her to the garden. She fabricated the murder to try and frame Kyoko, who'd proven to be one big thorn in her side. Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive. So she put on a mask and then attacked me. After making sure I'd gotten a good look at the mask, she left the room. Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body. This was all to make us think the person who attacked me and the corpse were one and the same. She wanted us to believe the murder had only recently taken place. Finally, by strapping a bomb to the body, she needed to hide the body. She had to make sure this is the and the one who carried it all out is the true master. The real Jew. That's the whole story behind this incident.
What?
You can't get out of this.
Come on! It's time.
It's not like you're an endangered species or something.
Give it up, Junko.
Over? Did you really think the story... Wrong! There...
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we will reward you with... We've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you... Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play. Anyway, looks like I've finally been set free. Having to play Monokuma all the time, day after day. It was like I was stuck in... Huh? What's wrong with my beautiful face?
I feel like this...
I got it! That's right! It was before I ever came... And... you were on it!
Wow, you have a pretty good memory. I guess that's why you've made it this far, huh?
So I was right. Then what you told me...
Sometimes a little lie is necessary to keep things moving along. Wouldn't you agree?
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same. Because she was...
I'm me. And Mukuro is Mukuro. She tried her best. But their two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body... Not even if they're twins. I know, it's such a cliche, right? I'm almost embarrassed to admit it. So basically... Mukuro and I had your stereotypical twin relation. The older sister, tough and proud.
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters, aka the Ultimate Despair!
Whoa!
Like I said, I get bored easy as hell! I even get fucking bored with myself! But if you're twins... Ugh, that again? You have any idea how many times people ask me that shit? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass, but it bores me to tears. Answering the same questions over and over? Just make up whatever answer you want. I don't give a shit. The truth's fucking lame anyway.
But... if she was your...
And for reasons deeper and darker than the ocean. Ha! As if!
Well, I suppose I'd better explain. For my plan to work, Someone had to be able to control the killing game. The so-called mastermind had to operate Monokuma, keep an eye on everyone, things like that. But after looking at the situation, I determined because naturally, she turned leaving me behind to run off and join some band of mercenaries. So, I decided to play the role of director, and I could have let her work alongside me, but she would have been useless to me. Besides, 15 students seemed like a solid number to start with. Of course, the fact that she was the ultimate soldier posed something of a problem. She had what I call the 3 atrocities. Atrociously rank, atrociously filthy, atrociously repulsive. It was atrociously clear just how out of touch she was. Meanwhile, my ultimate fashionista status,
And that's...
sadly, her inability to match my personality was even greater than I'd calculated. It was a lost cause. She was nothing more than a bit player, an extra, unworthy of line. Being the utter disappointment that she was, anyone would have expected her to get killed off, which is precisely why I killed her.
That can't be your...
Well, no, of course not.
I've never been a stickler for following a plan to the letter, you know? If I planned everything out and knew just what was gonna... So, I changed things just a bit and decided to use Mukuro.
In other words, Mukuro's death was a one-sided, premeditated act of betrayal. Just as I when Mukuro was killed, she must have been as surprised as anybody else.
Well, you're right. There's no way But she did teach you all a very...
How can you talk like you sacrificed your own...
What? I sacrificed her? Jeez. Misunderstood. We were the ultimate despair, you know? So, no. I felt despair as long as I can remember. Like I never should have been born at all when I was born. So that's why for us, it's not a big deal whether we're just those kinds of people. We've always been filled with despair. So when we do something...
So you just murdered your own sister? And that's not true at all. We were twins. That's why it gets me so... excited.
Huh?
Killing my precious sister with my... That act is filled with so much despair. It's like super, 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 super despair. Super, 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 super despair. It just feels so...
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister, too. After all, to be murdered by your own sister, and only as an example to someone else. She must have died feeling... I'm so...
I knew you couldn't be just some ordinary person.
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish.
Like, Genocide Jill is crazy.
You're saying I don't compare to some lowly beast that can only kill the weak, right? So I'm hopelessly attractive. I'm the hopelessly perfect ultimate human.
No. I don't think there's anything perfect about...
Yeah, Master's way more perfect. Cause on top...
Don't you mean... had?
What did you just say?
You still haven't figured that part out yet? Man, you haven't even solved all the mysteries, and yet here you are, yapping away!
Are you talking about our memories?
You've already solved this mystery, right? Maybe you should solve the riddle of your missing memories.
Damn straight! That's exactly... And then...
I can't!
Alright, then let's just get straight to the...
When the group pictures were taken, I got it! It must have something to do with our entrancing exam.
No fair!
Your brains are like sponges, all drippy and leaky. I already gave you a hint. All the memories you lost share something in common with it.
I got it! You're talking about the motives you provided to try and get us to kill each other, right?
So you do remember after all. Well, I would hope you wouldn't forget something. It was stupid of me to even ask. So then, did you notice that each motive I presented you had a Yep, you got it. So that's my question to you all. When Sayaka was murdered, what was the theme of the motive I presented?
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connection.
Ding, ding, ding. You got it. Each video showed the total destruction of your most important relationships. For example, your family. For example, your friends. I ruined all those relationships and showed you the results. It was to motivate your desire to escape and kickstart your urge to kill. But still, what a cruel thing to do.
You're the one that did it!
Yes, well, I'm perfectly happy.
Okay, so...
I got it! It was...
Yay! Makoto got it right again! Embarrassing memory! And the whole reason Mondo did what he did was to protect...
So, how...
Relax, relax! Okay, so... What was the...
I got it! It was money, wasn't it? Greed.
Seek and destroy! Hell yeah, you got it again! Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste killed Hifumi and Taka for a little personal gain! Her greed led to all kinds of death and destruction!
What's the point of all this? Why are you making us go through this case by case?
Don't worry, sweet cheek. Now, can you tell me the motive behind crazy-ass Sakura's crazy-ass death?
I got it! In her case, it was betrayal.
Precisely. Once I revealed Sakura's betrayal, that led to everything that... Anyway, it looks like you and...
But what's the point? What meaning is...
Relationships? These are all pretty standard motives, right? The most normal of normal.
But of course, those aren't the only motives that exist in this world. In fact, there are as many reasons they compel humans to kill each other. This is what we...
Seed of
Just as water, air, and that nourishment is hope. Despair can grow only in the presence of hope. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a...
How much longer is this? Weren't we discussing our missing memories?
If you would listen, you would see I'm not changing the subject. We are discussing your memories. What I'm trying to say is, the seed of despair. You see, by taking away your memory, of course that hope merely existed to be consumed by...
How could taking away someone's memory...
And plus, you haven't given us any hope and...
Is that so? All you've been able to think about during your time here is how to escape, right? The mere fact that that's what you want proves I gave you hope.
What are you talking?
If none of you wanted to escape this school, that is why we took your memories. So that you would have the desire to leave.
The only reason we want to leave is because you took our memories.
Correctamundo!
Which means if we did have our memories, then...
What? Why the...
But it's not enough. I put so much much effort into creating hope in order to feed your So, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices and passing the savings on to you.
Huh? Then hurry up!
Okie dokie! Like I'd like for you to see the outside world.
You mean the world?
So something really did happen.
Now are you interested in what I wanna see too. See your face. Behold! The world beyond the school wall! This is the outside world you've...
What the?
Dangerous. The world has grown.
What are you talking about? What?
This is a scene. What you just saw. That world is locked away within the memory. If you can't remember.
Better kick your brain in the ass! I don't remember! Ain't a fucking excuse no more! For the final class! Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to... When it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand a damn thing!
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember anything. This is the end for all of us. What other choice do we have? Come on, bitches! Remember or die! What the fuck happened outside?
You want us to remember or whatever, but when it comes to that crazy, confusing video you showed us, I don't understand.
What's the meaning? Is this another one of...
I mean, what am I supposed to be remembering?
Nobody can remember. No, that's wrong. Actually, she might remember. The other Toko, Genocide Jack.
What?
Two of them share certain kinds of knowledge.
I see. Then even if one personality's forgotten...
What do you say?
Are you? No! Absolutely.
Toko, you're the only one we can rely on now.
Dun, da, da, da! It's me, your friendly neighborhood serial killer.
Wait, I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know anything about...
Huh? What?
The video that's playing right now.
Who the hell are you?
Oh, I'm the mastermind.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet.
That's enough! Just...
Aye, aye, Roger.
Well?
I don't have all the details. Of course it does!
Then you remember all the stuff?
Of course I...
So you didn't lose your
Then why didn't you say something? I only answer questions when someone bothers to ask me. I'm the quiet type, you know. Oh my god.
More importantly, if...
Huh? What's the matter, Master?
A tragic...
Oh no! You seriously forgot?
Just answer the...
Well, I can't really say if it happened or if it's still happening. But it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase?
Because it's all because of that event. What is? Are you serious? I'm talking about...
The world's been destroyed!
Get it?
Destroyed?
Explain yourself.
Copy that? Darn. Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, they started just calling it the tragedy, happened about a year ago. It was so big and so bad that even this murderous fiend went pale at the sight of it. I guess you could say what happened was man-made. But it was more on the level of a world. Either way, there's no doubt that it, and as a result, and basically, the world turned out the way it did, and
That's all there is to it? Come on!
Well, it just so happens I don't know any of Miss Morose saw it all play out in real time, so why don't you ask her?
We already did, and she didn't know anything. That's why we're asking...
I couldn't live up to Master's expectations! To die!
Okay, that's enough. Whatever happened, it doesn't matter. At the end justifies the means. Everything serves the outcome. In other words, the world has ended.
How can the world just end? It's the world!
Calm down. It's okay. There's no need to panic. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway. So the world ending isn't that big a
Oh, come on. Now you're just...
Well, as long as we're being ridiculous. It's the story of the Tagami Corporation, which has given Byakuya's life all its meaning.
What?
I'm glad to see you took the bait. You bit into it like a middle-aged secretary at an...
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Togami family?
Well done!
But I didn't say anything yet.
I just got so fucking bored waiting, I couldn't help it! Even if you're wrong, eventually you'll figure it out.
So, no matter what you pick, you get the right...
But do you think it might be a disease? Getting bored so easy, I mean.
Anyway, like I was saying, Byakuya's entire lineage...
What? What the?
I can confirm that his entire family has died, even the distant relatives.
Stop with these.
Stop! And said with such authority. A peasant, you must learn your place, peasant.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the world.
Hell, there is no world anymore.
Hold on. There's no way that I mean, we only came to this school a few weeks ago. If some kind of world-ending event happened a year ago, then how do you explain the totally normal world we were living in up till then?
Have you
Mistaken.
Well, if I'm understanding you right, it sounds like you think the tragedy happened a year before you arrived here. Well, yeah. A few weeks ago. Ooh, I get it. You're saying that what happened 2 years ago actually happened more recently, right? Huh? Well, I mean, you guys all started attending Hope's Peak Academy 2 years ago.
I understand why you'd have trouble accepting it, but in the end, the truth is, everything is cause and effect.
So, you must surely understand all the hints I've given you, so what are the memories I took from—
Come now, answer us!
I got it! If we accept that what you say is, then we've all lost our memories of the last 2 years.
Nope. No.
Another
Seriously?
We've lost 2 years worth of memory?
That's right. You've already spent 2 full years here at Hope's, and that entire period of time is precisely
I don't remember the last 2 years of my... That...
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years? I could never lose.
We've been living here for... Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
Shoot!
2 years? I could never lose something.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! I mean, I haven't heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just...
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years worth of memory? I could never lose something like that.
Shoot!
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something.
We've been living here for 2... Hell no! That's... I mean, I haven't gone... Heck, I've never even...
This is all just...
Plus, if
2 years have passed...
How freaking old am I?
Everyone's so 2 years, but I could never lose.
We've been living here for— Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to— Heck, I've never even gone to a— This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed...
Shoot!
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school events or anything! Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just— Plus, how freaking old—
Everyone's so conflicted! Years. I could never lose.
We've been living here for— Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome—
Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just— Plus, how freaking old—
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years, but I could never lose.
We've been living here for— Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any—
Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's something I'd like you to take a look at. This notebook.
Huh?
I found it in the locker, if you don't mind.
Sure, whatever you want.
Wuzza, is that—
It's kinda similar. But how is this? I don't know.
It looks like you, but somehow...
Lies!
I don't want to believe it, but there's also no It's mine. But just like Hero...
And the reason for that is the 2 years of missing memory?
After seeing all the evidence,
Isn't it just so desperately dark? Shit, man, I've never—
2 years of school life. How many fun classes? How many school events? And on top of that, something tragically sad. The biggest, most awful, right before everyone's eyes. The world. You absorbed all that despair. And once you'd forgotten, you made the choice. Oh, and there's one other thing.
Actually, never mind.
What?
We are everyone always talks big, declaring all this world is just so desperately
What are you talking?
In a way, I'm to give yourself over so completely to such stimulating despair.
Yeah, so figure out the rest for yourselves. I'm sick of
Figure out where your memories come apart. That's at the heart of all of this.
I got it! The moment I lost my memory... When I first came to the gate, when I passed out...
wow, so I don't know much about the details, but it seems like everyone remembers passing out, right? And your sense of time got all messed up because of the I guess it must have been something like that.
After I passed out, I woke up in a classroom, with my head on a desk. I assumed not much time had passed since I'd collapsed in the main hall.
But instead, 2 whole years had gone by.
The reason it felt so short was because...
You got it, honey. 2 years of memories? Poof! Gone!
When everyone met for the first time, it was... Unaware of this fact, you took the time to introduce yourselves to each other, but...
But by that point, we'd all... That's what those photos were...
You were all such close friends, and it was all so you could escape into a What a terribly tragic...
You're the one who set things up to...
I love you all so.
What?
Once your school life here began, it's only natural that I would.
So, since I love you guys so much, all about the idea we came up with as the ultimate despair. Let's go back in time, back to when everyone first came. School life during that first year overflowed. Oh boy. Everyone was enjoying themselves so...
But that couldn't last forever, of course. The peacefulness only made it through that first... Because after that, an event unfolded that hammered a soul-crushing despair into all... The biggest, most awful... All too soon, the world's days of peace came to... And as you can imagine, the school was no exception. The tragedy even made its way here, leading to the extermination...
What? The most tragic event in human history. I can't believe it's all because of just... Was it some kind of organization?
You have a point. If it was none of those. How despair is contagious, you know. Everyone is capable of... And now the entire world has fallen into despair.
In other words, if you see despair as the enemy, then your enemy is the world itself.
I just don't understand why.
We didn't ask you to try to understand. This was a tangent anyway, unrelated to the matter at hand.
Okay. So, if Hope's Peak had taken so much damage, you guys were the only survivors, the members of the 78th class.
And then, something now pay attention, cause this is... So guess what? To protect everyone who had survived, Hope's Peak was That's right!
Now, someone was responsible for that Do any of you know who...
I got it! It could only have been the headmaster of Hope. He wanted to turn the school into a shelter to protect us from the despair. That's why he asked us to say that we were willing to live in this school for...
We believe he had something like that. If you, the collective hope of a new generation, could survive, maybe the world could have a fresh start.
Yeah, the headmaster put...
And because we had that same hope, that's why we all agreed to live here forever.
But creating the shelter... Single biggest mistake. It's laughable, really. He was the headmaster, but he had no idea. He had no idea that we, the ultimate despair, had already made our way into the school. So what was supposed to be a shelter to keep you safe became a cage that made it impossible for you to escape despair. I have to say,
By the way, it was you yourselves who blocked off the windows, the doors, all the exits. Under the headmaster's direction, you all went
You mean...
And then you forgot all about it and started bitching about how you were trapped.
Once you'd finished building your... And thus
Me and Mukuro had come here, spending...
That moment where you all began killing each...
And the only reason you survived the tragedy was so that you could be a part of it.
Only let us live, so we could go around killing...
Why?
Because this was so rather, it was a method to hunt down and destroy every last remaining speck.
What are you saying?
Well, It would seem that there's a little bit left out there. A few so I thought I should show them.
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school.
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair! When I said climax, that was what I was talking about! The world watched as you fell into despair and began to kill each other. Despair is as contagious as any disease.
By the way, since we started broadcasting, a whole bunch of people have tried to come and rescue you.
But utilizing the heavy weaponry I installed around the school grounds, I had no problem expelling them. I have to thank you all. They were a relentless bunch, refusing to give up on hope and trying to force their beliefs on the world. But in the end, I was able to give them the final despair. Death.
So you just used us? To bring despair to everyone in the outside world?
Well, sure, but I also gave you a second chance at life, right? So it's like, give and take.
Give and take?
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive when all the other students were— I mean, we built up 2 years of memories together.
Sorry, that's a lie.
And that's the truth, which is what you wanted, right? So, doesn't you solve the mystery, but—
Don't tell me. Did you seriously count on the possibility that we would solve your mystery?
And if we did, our final desire for creating this world of despair was so we could experience one— If you were bold enough to solve the mystery, how would you react?
See? Discovering the truth doesn't necessarily lead to a sense of—
Truth can be full of despair, too! Like right fucking now!
Not to mention, all those with the world having—
Meaningless? We've been murdering each other?
And think about it. You chose to lock yourselves up.
We weren't just random strangers either. We were classmates.
No, even I can't laugh at that.
We get it. We get it, You're totally awesome, right? So help us! Help!
A peasant begging for his life? Oh.
But I'm sorry to say, all I want is to— And since there's no reason, there's no argument against it. No argument, no understanding. What better definition of ultimate despair could—
Wait, hold on. You've just been going on about whatever you feel like, but there's no real reason for us to believe—
Huh?
You say the world's fallen apart, so I don't acknowledge it. I don't accept it as the truth.
Until you see it with your own eyes. Truth and falsehood over— In other words, you're not unlike Schrodinger's cat right now. Is that what you're saying? If so, what then?
Are you saying you won't accept the truth? Well, you better not. You trust me. I'm not lying.
Well, I refuse to give in. For the sake of everyone.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I didn't kill anyone.
And that's all it took for you to start killing each other.
That's why anyone was murdered.
Say what you want about hope, but we're all creatures of instinct, right? Hell yes!
No! It's murder! You stole our memories, invented reasons for us to do it. You pushed— It's all your—
You certainly have a talent for passing the buck, but we don't have much time left to keep up this banter. We have to—
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote, of course. Oh, and also, since this'll be the—
What?
You guys so full of hope, and me so full of despair, I've decided to have you vote which one will be punished. If even one of you votes to punish hope, well, I'll consider that a win for me, and punish everyone on the side of hope.
Even if it's just one—
Oh, but don't worry.
Even if you don't, you've still got the—
It's okay. nobody would actually vote to kill themselves, right?
Oh, let me just mention one more thing. You'll have to stay here till you grow old and die. No fighting, no killing.
You mean...
We'd have to just...
She's saying she'll let us...
If you're not happy with that, then go ahead and
Enter a world fallen from grace, where only despair exists, where you'd likely be dead within a day.
What are you saying? So no matter...
Wait a sec! I just got hit with an inspiration bomb! Dying of old age is boring as shit, right? The audience... So, here's what'll happen. One of you will get to experience an instant, super impressive... What?
Do you mean to say?
And I get to... Makoto!
Yeah, you've been acting up.
So let me make this clear. Everyone has two choices in front of them. If a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive a harsh punishment, and the...
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us punished, then you must all...
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the...
What I'm saying is, if you sacrifice Makoto, the rest...
What? Has your resolve softened? Have you lost Don't you have faith in your...
No!
It's okay. It would seem all of those around you...
It's so beautiful.
Besides, Yoko, you could never be... What? I mean, the headmaster's only wish was that all of you would survive. That's why he tried to trap. The least you can do...
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to seal your fate. Isn't that just the most hopeless?
So, who do you think's gonna give in? Whose despair is gonna sign your death?
No one. Nobody's gonna give in to despair! We're not gonna lose to...
So boring. Well, that's fine. Then it's time for the final vote.
And your stupid lie.
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy. By the way, the air outside is totally polluted. The only reason we're okay is thanks to the air purifiers in the physical... If I die, the purifier... In other words, as soon as the communal life you've all been living will come to... Meh! All of you will have to... You'll have to go into the world outside. We're only... So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that...
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end of Hope's Peak Academy.
Don't lose hope now!
All my fortune-telling senses are telling me not to live. But to live. So even if it's hard, I want to keep on living. So that's why. No matter what, the whole fortune-telling thing doesn't matter anymore!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have faith in myself.
By the way, the air outside is total. The only reason we're okay is thanks to the air purifiers in the...
Don't lose hope now!
I've been thinking about, and I was thinking, at a time like this, what would Sakura do? You only get stronger by taking... That sounds like something... No. Which is why Yeah!
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end.
By
the way, the only reason is thanks to the air purifier. Say whatever you want. If I die, the purifier... In other words, as soon as I die, the communal life you've all been living will come to an end.
Meh.
Don't lose hope now!
I don't care either way. I'm fine with whichever. Actually, I may not look like it, but I always hated. Hell, no matter how I look. Oh, but
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all.
I can keep on living as long as I have my master's love.
All of you will have to leave. You'll have to go into the world outside, where only death and
Don't lose hope now!
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to... It never even crossed my mind that I might... But don't misunderstand me. I just have to keep my word. Besides, the Togami family... So until I can restore the Togami family and bring it greater glory than it's ever...
We won't give up! As long as there's hope, we'll never give up!
If I were to die,
That would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. Say whatever you want if I die. In other words, the communal life you've all.
I can keep on living.
all of you will have to leave.
You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim the Mastermind's life, by whatever means necessary.
So, what are you gonna do? Will you just die? Is that what you want?
Don't lose hope now!
I didn't really know my father. But even if we're just connected by, he would never want us to abandon. I can't explain why exactly. Just because we don't actually know anything. Could it be that? No. So, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had. I think you came here for a different. You came here to bring down the ultimate despair. You came here to confront despair without ever giving up. And if that's true, I think we could call you the ultimate hope. What do you think?
What the hell are you? So uncool. Your stupid faces. It's all so uncool. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Lame, lame, lame. You suck. What do you want? So uncool. You dare to stand against us?
I refuse to give up yet!
You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
You're unbearable.
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless! Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
Despair into
Hope keeps on going! I refuse to give up! I refuse to get bored! I refuse because all I have going for me is the desire.
What's happened?
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the lever, right?
Good. I'm ready to go.
Let's put an end to these trials with our own hands.
The hell?
Indeed.
I lost? Well, that's just...
What the heck?
Well, that's just... totally the... So this is... And now I... True despair. And now I... True despair. Huh?
Anyway,
Totally the best!
Not possible. Don't make me repeat myself.
Okay.
hey. However,
No. There's one last thing. It's fine.
it can't be.
Stop it! How many times do I have to tell you?
Don't get in my way!
So this is how the despair of death feels. It's so wonderful! Even a tenth of this despair, even 100th. I want every last soul on this planet to taste such despair. I want the entire world to die with that despair in its mouth. Okay, let's do this. I've reserved an extra special punishment for last. Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Hey. Makoto.
So,
Indeed.
If, on the other hand, you desire to see us,
I will force you out, ensuring you all die horrible deaths in the out.
In other words,
But
it's true.
Yes.
um...
My beautiful scissors! Achoo!
ah.
That's enough.
Anyway,
But
For serious?
in other words, am I wrong?
you got it!
Hey.
Okay.
Could it be... How about that? Whoa!
Makoto.
Well, I guess this is goodbye. And goodbye to Sakura. But hey, if we gotta say goodbye, we may as well do it with a smile on our face.
Hey guys! You guys want your fortunes told anywhere, anytime. You just let me know. I'll be there.
You know how much I hate being annoyed, but if something does come up, you may as well let me know. I can't guarantee I'll actually bother listening, but...
I don't know why, but I have a burning desire to start writing. I might be able to pull it off. A story about...
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened, but still, it does feel kind of strange.
I really don't know what to say. I guess we graduated?
Interesting. Things are getting... Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma, and I am this school's headmaster.
Danganronpa.
Kills!
Hey, are you for real?
Hey, come on.
Indeed.
You hear me?
Hey there! Howdy! Hello! Is everyone here? Nice to meet... Listen up!
Listen to me!
You